Hi guys, it's Melissa from Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia here to do my 12-week update. So we are nearing the end of the first trimester and getting towards the second trimester now. Just today I had my nuchal scan, so we have that somewhere between, I think it's 12 and 13 weeks. So everything was measuring perfectly with the baby. I took Nu with me, so he got to see the baby dancing, so that was pretty exciting. The baby jumped and moved quite a lot. So we got some good pictures there, which is, it's always nice to get reassurance when you can't feel the baby yet. And unfortunately I have an anterior placenta again, which means there's a bit of cushioning between the baby and the outside due to the way that the placenta is positioned. So it means I probably won't feel the baby till quite late this time, like I didn't with Wyatt, which is always disappointing when you have to wait closer to 20 weeks, even with your second or third babies. But never mind, it's not a bad thing in terms of baby being healthy. So what else? The symphysis pubis disorder has been trouble. My back is fully strapped up and I'm really having to pace, so I'm really having to only sit for small periods of time, and I have to rest and then do bits of work and then rest again. So especially in the evening when I'm really tired, I kind of have to sit down and then go and do things for dinner or bath the kids and then sit down again for a little while and then start again. And it is getting quite sore. So I'm using my heat pack quite a lot, and unfortunately with it strapped up I can't put my deep heat on, which I have been relying on, or my essential oil pain cream, because there's just no space to put anything on. But we're carrying on with that. My neck has also started to get a bit difficult to manage again, which, can I be honest, is really disappointing after the progress I had made with low-dose naltrexone. The fact that it had given me such a break and that the nighttime hadn't been quite so hard, I was really appreciating that and really thankful for that. So it's very difficult for it to get bad again, because you always have that fear that it will stay that way or that you won't quite make it back to where you were. So it's a lot of emotional turmoil in addition to dealing with the pain and the extra fatigue from being up all night. You know, last night the baby was up a good 3 or 4 times with his teeth, and then of course I had to go to the bathroom a couple of times, and then my back was sore, and then my dog woke me up, and then I was just awake. So pretty long nights again. But in saying that, I'm still really thankful for how I'm coping. I know all the things, you know, I'm doing my pelvic tilts, I'm doing my isometric stretches that my physio has given me, so I can't separate my legs wider than hip width apart, so I can't do any strengthening that you would usually do. So I'm doing this thing where I lean down and then engage my pelvic floor, my core muscles and my glutes, and slowly stand up again. And she's having me do this multiple times in a row, multiple times a day, as basically my only form of strengthening, because what we're working towards is not creating an actual separation, so that can cause injury and physical problems going forward. So we're hoping to keep on top of it and manage it as well as possible. There's always the chance that I'll have to stop taking the low-dose naltrexone so that I can take codeine, because that's really the only pain relief option you have when you're pregnant. There's a lot of research about it, and I've read all the research and I know it in my brain, but it's really hard to go against everybody's, you know, preconceived notions, to go against this idea that you shouldn't have anything while you're pregnant and that you should just suffer for the sake of your baby, because I know that's not true, and I don't want that for anyone else. I do not want that for any other woman in my pregnancy and fibromyalgia group, and I don't intellectually want it for myself, but I'm terrible at actually letting myself take medicine. So we'll see how that goes. I am having to use my pelvis support belt a bit, but what we're trying to do with the taping is head that off, because you don't want to be restricting movement. And indeed, I actually really need to do pelvic tilts quite often to keep everything moving. So I'll keep you updated with that. That seems to be the biggest part, really, of my pregnancy right now. The fibromyalgia is, of course, an ongoing issue, but I have all my coping mechanisms in place, and I have the fact that this is, you know, this is just what's happening right now, and I'll work really hard on regaining my health afterwards. So next time we chat, I'll be in my second trimester. So I look forward to speaking to you then. Bye.